Hi, we are unwrapping the Eco Dyed bundles. So I'm gonna put on some music and you can enjoy. And as you can see, I was a bit afraid that it was gonna be very yellow and green, so I added a touch of blue ink and that really took over. I'm trying to get everything out here. And then I'm going to spread them out so you can see properly. Here's one. That is actually quite nice. Isn't that cool? I have added lots of rusty pieces. And this is oak leaves in this one, which usually gives quite a blackish color, but here they have really reacted with the glue. And I want to thank my daughter for filming, even though I know she hates the smell. Here you can really see the leaves. Fun. So that was bundle number 1. Here comes bundle number 2. Next time I will not add the pigment powder. It's made for, it's meant to be used for dyeing fabrics, so I guess that's why it's really clung onto the fabric, and also the alum probably made it stick even more. Here we have some ferns that just got a blob. We have some other, oh, we have green leaves here. I'm trying to get the leaves off, but they're so wet still, so this is a long one. As you can see, I'm gonna have to, here we have rose leaves, and they actually left some purple. Oh, we're on this side. Rose petals and rose leaves we have on this side. I don't know how I'm gonna get all this off, it's too wet. So I'm going to ask her to pause the video so we can get all the leaves off, and then I will resume. This one is rose leaves, it seems. So it should be pretty similar. Here you can see a bit more pattern on this one. I'm going to and here we have some, oh, what are they called? Rönn in Swedish. I don't know what that is in English. We have some wild geraniums. They got a really nice pattern and color. So I'm going to move this up a bit. We have lavender, which give a really nice pattern. Not as much rust in this one, it seems. Comes more lavender. Here's the rest. I have just rolled these bundles, as you can see. And more rust and more leaves. Let's get the last pieces out, and I can spread it out for you. The rust really came through on this one. That was the first bundle I made, and here is the last. This is a bigger one. And while I unwrap this, Clara can film my little dog, which is lying over there. So this one is the last bundle I did, and this one has lots of different fabrics, so it will be interesting to see how everything turned out. Here we have some vintage, a piece of vintage curtain, lace curtain, that I just thought I would try to dye, but that hasn't really taken in the color as much. That's interesting. It's all still white. Here we have some laces. This one is a vintage hand crocheted one. That's kind of interesting. And here we have a more modern one. I can put them over there. That one turned out quite grey. What else do we have in the bundle? I took all the small pieces and made into one. Here we have some trim of a pillowcase. That turned out quite cool. And we have, oh, what is this? Back of a pillowcase. No, this is more. Yeah, I didn't say. The fabric is old bed sheets, bed linen that I cut into long strips. And I also have this fabric, which I found in my mother's sewing kit, and some kind of net. I believe she was going to embroider on it, but I think that turned out quite grungy as well. Here we have the back of a children's pillowcase, and I think that turned out quite cool with the rose leaves here. And still trying to pick out all the flowers and the rusty things. Because the rusty things are good to save and use next time. Oh, here is it. Here's another big piece with lots of leaves and a bit of rust. And they have actually some of this is old bed linen, vintage, that I tore up, and you can see that that hasn't really taken on the blue as much, while the modern bed sheets, bed linens like this is one of my son's, used up and broken, and it has really soaked in the blue. So it's interesting to see that different fabrics, even though they're both 100% cotton, I guess, or if maybe it's a bit linen in the old ones, they react differently. That's cool. Yeah, I've tried to take those paper clips out several times now, but that's rusty imprints. So this is the result of my first time fabric eco dyeing. Let me know down below what you think. That's it for me. Now I'm gonna go wash my hands and see if I can get them clean. Bye for now. Hi again. So now my fabrics have been rinsed in water. They have been hanging outside and drying overnight. And these are the results. Look at that, the amazing prints from the wild geraniums. We have lots of rose leaves because that's what I have had most of. And we have a more diffuse prints here. We have some ferns, I believe, and I think some of them are more blue and some of them are less blue, but I think they're absolutely gorgeous. Here we have the strings from when I tied it together. I am really happy with the results. This was so much fun. I'm gonna do it again. Not this year, I think, but further on. So I am going to pause you guys, and I am going to pick up the rest of the fabric, which is lying in a pile over there. Now we have another layer out, so I'm gonna do it a bit more slowly. We have this piece, something that I found in my mother's sewing basket. I think it's start of an embroidery or something. We have this one, the vintage lace curtain. We have a little dog going in there. It was Hannah. We have some trim from a children's pillowcase, which turned out quite nice, I think. I like this little border here. We have two different laces, a modern one and a vintage one. And I think they turned out cool. Here we have another piece of fabric. This is modern bed linen and it's just a blue mush, and I really think that's pretty. We have the back of the children's pillowcase, the rose leaves and some rust. Really pretty as well. That's vintage. And here we have some more modern, really soft fabric. Lots of rust on this one, as you can see. The rust really came through the paper clip. So I'm gonna add one more layer, so I will be back in a second. So this is the entire table full of fabric, my 4 bundles. This is another small piece, lots of rust things on this. And the final piece is with the oak leaves, and I think it's absolutely gorgeous. So yummy. And lots of rust as well. And yeah, so this is the final result of my eco dyeing fabrics for the first time. Thank you all so much for being with me. Let me know down below what you think, or just say hi. I'm gonna say hi back. Here comes Hannah. Hey, Hannah. Hey. She's an old lady. She is 13 years old. Yeah. Hi, darling. Hi. Yeah. She's enjoying the pets. Here comes my younger one. Here comes Salmo. Hey, Salmo. They are Finnish Lapphunds. Yeah. So, thank you all so much for being with me today. Bye.